Aideen, I understand that yourselves in the Irish Council Against BloodSports are calling for a vote for Catherine Connolly in Friday's presidential election. Can you tell me, Aideen, why you are calling for a vote for Catherine Connolly and not for Heather Humpheys?
Well, obviously we're not calling for a vote for Heather Humpheys because she supports what she calls rural pursuits, which are blood sports. She supports fox hunting and hare coursing. And I mean, it's just appalling that anyone in this day and age could support such barbaric sports. And Catherine Connolly voted in favour of Maureen O'Sullivan's bill in 2016, and she supports the bills that are going to be they're going to be passed. Or sorry, not they're introduced into the Dáil at the moment. There's another bill to ban hare coursing, and a new bill to ban fox hunting, and she would have been supporting those bills as well.
Okay, Aideen, in your experience, is there a likelihood that there are some people in politics in Ireland, whether national or local level, who state publicly that they are in favour of hunting and hunting continuing, but on a personal level would agree with yourselves in the council, but they are afraid to speak out publicly, as they would perhaps get put under a lot of pressure and extreme pressure?
Yeah, well, you'd be talking about the main parties there. And, I mean, I do believe that the majority of them, like as corresponds to the general population, would be opposed to hare coursing and fox hunting. We know that 77% of people are opposed to hare coursing and fox hunting, as revealed in the Red Sea poll that was carried out in 2019. So we can only assume then that the majority of people, the politicians in Dáil Éireann, would be of the same mind. Now, the only problem is that these main parties have a policy, and I think it's pushed by a handful of people within the parties. And I suppose there's a kind of a feeling of being afraid to take on what they think is the rural community. Now, most people in rural Ireland are opposed to these things as well. So I can't understand why they don't, bite the bullet once and for all and get rid of them, as our neighbours have done, England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, regarding coursing. And there's a bill, I believe, to ban fox hunting in Northern Ireland coming up. But as for them speaking out, I suppose they're kind of, maybe they don't think about it too much. Maybe they don't, if you ask them, they'd probably say, oh no, we don't support that. Or, but sure. But then there's a fear of upsetting the status quo in here, in the countryside.
Okay, it looks like...
They don't want to be banning things if they can at all manage it. They don't want to ban anything. They don't want to ruffle feathers, that sort of thing.
Yeah, it looks like, Aideen, that Catherine Connolly is going to get elected on Friday, so I imagine yourselves in the council and other animal welfare activists around the country are probably very happy with that, are you?
Oh, we would be happy for Catherine if she gets elected. She's a good person, a person of integrity. I've listened to her speaking in all the debates, and she's a very calm, considered person, And do you know who she reminds me of slightly? Mary Robinson. She slightly reminds me of Mary Robinson in that way she goes around calmly and very considered, and I believe she would have the same. She'd have the same kind of views as Mary Robinson on things going on in the world as regards human rights and that kind of thing, and wars. I know Mary Robinson would be totally shocked and horrified by war and famine and that sort of thing. And I believe Catherine Connolly is of that same mind.
Okay, we're recording this interview, Aideen, on Wednesday the 22nd, and polling day is on Friday, so yourselves in the council are calling for people to vote for Catherine Connolly, yeah?
Indeed we are, yes, and I do hope people will come out. My fear would be that there'd be a low turnout. So I do hope people come out. I hope they don't assume that she's going to win, and I hope they come out and vote for her.